it's Chili Bowl time, and it's the first time Chili Bowler here, the Rook. Kyle Busch making his debut at the Chili Bowl Nationals, but you're familiar with this building. Do you feel a sense of comfort now all the times coming here to Tulsa Shootout, rolling in today?
With the track, I would say, yeah, I got a good sense of the track running the Tulsa Shootout for the last couple of years and being a part of that, and 4 different classes a couple times, so enough seat time at least, but not with a midget. My midget experience is very limited, so not a whole lot with that. We went out to the West Coast, ran Bakersfield, was really excited about Bakersfield, thought we had a really good piece for that one, and then was kind of short-lived with some electrical issues, found all that, got those gremlins out, went to Ventura and just could not find the racetrack. So definitely worked on a few things back at the shop to try to change some concepts and get ourselves ready and better ready for here at Tulsa.
What things are you working on? Because, you missed the Friday practice here. It's probably puts you behind a little.
A little. Every track that I've seen this week has been different, So I don't.
So you've been watching a lot.
I've been watching. Yeah, I've been watching each night, So certainly it's been a lot of fun to just kind of take in all of that and see the race last night with Christopher and Tanner, and of course the first night with Christopher, and then Kyle was in the feature night, stuff like that. So seeing each night as the track kind of works through and progresses, last night being a curb, earlier in the week there really wasn't much of a curb. You can kind of run up there with maybe a smaller curb, but that's my biggest worry is just I've never run with that. I've never been against having to figure that out, So when we were at Ventura and when we were at Bakersfield, it was just the track, and you can kind of get up to the marbly stuff, but it wasn't necessarily a curb and you're bouncing off of that wheeling or anything. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right, he's going to stuff himself into this midget because he's a tall guy like me, but hey, Kyle Busch making the debut. Oh, well.
I've got the extra lubrication from the Lucas Oil guys that gets me in and out of the seat, all right?
The slick mist works good on the lenses, so I said, yeah, okay, so we're going to get some Lucas Oil and we're going to squeeze him in there. There's not enough Lucas Oil to get my butt in a midget.
Ready?
Huh?
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to give you a hug and a kiss?
Huh?
You want me to hug you and kiss you? Are you so excited?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why 1 and 2 I felt like I was doing a good job of.
I think your entry was a little bit higher, and 3 and 4 you were down a little bit where it's greasy.
Yeah.
Where you're hitting what it's doing is hitting your left front and just going, going just like that. So I think if you just opened it up just a hair, I think you'd have been fine where you'd be able to rotate. You just need to be rotated, but I think it's so fucking greasy, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, in 1, I can carry the throttle down the straightaway into the corner, and I can get it out, and then I could keep the wheel spinning to keep the rotation, and then I tried to roll out of it a little bit to just not close in more on that guy that was in front of me, and it just instantly too tight.
Too tight.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: are you on the chip at all? Probably not.
No.
Okay. 1 and 2, you were great.
Yeah.
3 and 4, you just I think you hit the grease and just shot you up. But it's like you didn't spool up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to change much on that thing.
Yeah.
If anything, I'll have you do shock-wise while we're out there, but it's going to be probably close to what it is here. It might be a little bit more gripped up, so.
Yeah. That's going to be grippier. It's not going to be slimy.
No. The bottom might.
Yeah.
Just because everybody's going to be in the middle. So on the start, you need to try to push your outside guy, which is a 51W or whatever, just push him, just so you're not down in the slime. You know what I mean? Just move him up.
Here's your lineup for heat race number 3. Austin Nye, the Hoosier in the 21K for Corey Kruzman on the pole, who's outside. Tyler Edwards in the 56E. Andrew Felker in the 11A on inside row number 2. Donovan Peterson to his outside. Peace Urbanowski and Curtis Jones make up row number 3. Row 4, Rowdy, Kyle Busch in his Chili Bowl debut. To his outside, Reese Womack with Kyle Steffens coming from 9th here in heat race number 3. Clinton, expectations if you're Kyle Busch. Just get 8 clean laps in and see what happens?
Yeah, if you can get to 3rd, I think you got to be really happy with that. But any progress forward is good. So, I think you're looking to get up to 5th. you know, 4th is decent, 3rd is good. I think that's how you'd set your expectations here.
About 5 or 6 laps in hot laps, and then here we go for 8 laps of the most important race of your week.
At least he's in good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great engines.
Great engines, great
Big Al
chassis.
working on it.
Yeah.
It's worth a lot right now.
You're set.
And Big Al had all week to watch this racetrack. You know he's got that thing dialed in.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to green, Austin 9, Tyler Edwards, your front row in heat race number 3.
Look at Kyle Busch. He's already up to 4th. Absolutely plowed his way along the bottom passing cars.
There goes Andrew Felker here for 2nd. Can get underneath Tyler Edwards. And Edwards locks it up, collects Kyle Busch.
A lot of them. Parking lot.
Oh, man. You can't park here in turn 2, but you're right, Kyle. That's Kyle Steffens involved. Urban Oski in the 19U there to the right of your screen. And Tyler Edwards, I thought he was going to keep it going.
Wow. What a deal.
You're right. He had a heck of a start, Clinton. Kyle did.
Yeah, I could not have asked him to do any better on that start. And we'll get a look at our iBox Springs instant replay. And Tyler Edwards in the white 56 is the one to keep your eye on. Just kind of overcooks it in behind Felker. And to avoid hitting Andrew, he spins himself out and collects everyone behind him. It wasn't like, you know, Tyler, I don't think, did anything wrong other than maybe just enter the corner too fast and stalled it trying to not run over Andrew. Kyle Busch still is restarting 5th here. That's not a bad, you know, things certainly could be worse.
Now Tyler Edwards trying to get back what he lost, and Kyle Busch is going to try to jump to the outside. That was almost disaster again as Tyler Edwards continues to work to the inside of Curtis Jones, and now Jones up the hill. There goes Edwards, Busch, and Steffens.
Back to 4th.
Right back where you started. Now, no one's really driving away in this like we maybe thought.
Oh, and Edwards just threw it in there, and Kyle Busch will take the spot looking for 2nd. Austin Nye there continues to hold him at bay, but boy, what a strong move. That didn't pan out for Tyler Edwards, but here comes Kyle Busch as they hop into 1 and 2. Door opens to the inside of Austin Nye. It's a drag race into turn 3. 3-car battle here for 2nd as Andrew Felker pulls away, and Rowdy is up to P2.
How about it for the Corey Cruz machine hanging in there tough with some big dogs as Tyler Edwards makes his way by. Seems to have kind of figured that thing out and had a little speed in the 56.
Busch, though, had a really good 3 and 4, able to pull about a 2-car length advantage in that 2nd spot back up front. Hot Rod Andrew Felker sees the white flag. He's got about a 6-car length advantage on Kyle Busch, make that 7 for the final time. Andrew Felker was challenging for a prelim win, and he'll take this one. Felker wins from 3rd to go 110 points. Kyle Busch 2nd. What a run for Kyle Busch.
118 by
118, yes. So I believe puts him 2nd overall.
Well, welcome to Chili Bowl, Kyle Busch.
No
We're going to
kidding.
crash in front of you lap 1 after you had a heroic start and eat your way back forward.
Shades of his first shootout appearance when he went 8-1 in his first time ever, and now goes, 7-2.
Hey, good job keeping the neighborhood up here.
Hey, I was coming for that ass.
We gotta keep a reputation up.
It's like I've done this once or twice.
That was awesome, Kyle. Good job.
Yeah, it was definitely adventurous. I thought the first start was really good, getting up to 4th, and I was like, okay, I can make something of this. And then the guy was spinning in front of me and just kind of had nowhere to go, got collected, but was able to rebound there with a restart and was able to get back by some of them. So, yeah, just Al had the thing hooked up pretty well, felt good, and wish I could carry a little bit more speed. When I got to 2nd, I just didn't feel like I made any ground on the leader. So definitely some more ground for me to work on there and go back and study it, look at it, see what I can do better. Yeah, well, Schrader said damn good job, and I was like, well, maybe I've done this once or twice. That's about it, once or twice. But no, I mean, it's trust me, there's plenty of other names that aren't out there at that time that I'm going to see later on during the night. So hopefully we can keep our composure and the car underneath me and do what we need to do later. 6-4 is 89, so 6-4 will put me locked in.
Yeah.
That'll be top 16.
That's big.
Dude, off that start, I was like, dude, we're going forward, man.
Yeah.
We need to
When that guy slipped off the bottom,
Yeah.
I fucking gassed it. I said, I am putting it here.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that off the start.
I said, this is my hole.
Do you think you'd have a good opportunity like this to lock in right now, coming into the night?
No, I was nervous all coming in. Just I've never done, like I've not run these things enough, so I don't know enough of the tricks of the trade that you need to know to be fast. Like I can make laps and go in circles, but running a 12.0 versus running a 11.60 is entirely different. So, but that was a good start, obviously. I mean, having call it a softer heat race definitely helped. See, I don't know how you guys run. I don't know how you run up against that. Because, like, I don't know how you throw it in, like, right on it, and just barely, like, you just tap it all the way around the corner. Like, that's impressive. I don't have that skill set. You would get it once you do it. You just haven't done it right. Never.
Chase McDermott and Kyle Busch. Kyle came in out of the heat races, 4th in passing points. Unbelievable for his Chili Bowl debut. Inside row number 4 is going to be Kyle Steffens with Ryan Padgett to his outside, and Cale Coons and Brody Wake rounding out the 10-car field.
Actually, 3rd in passing points.
3rd, yeah. And I saw an interview with Kyle, and it's like you got to temper expectations, but definitely I think has a little pep in his step after a 7-2 run.
When I did my interview with him, talking Tulsa at the shootout, he's like, man, I'd like to maybe make it, into the B main on Friday. I said, Kyle, stop. Come on. You're not fooling anybody.
And it's McDermott and Busch. 10-lap qualifier 3 underway. 3 wide and a 1 and 2.
Vanderheiden going all the way up to where the expensive liquor lives to try to hang on to the 2nd spot. Pittman in behind him in 3rd. Guys, Kyle Busch, 64 opening lap. Right up the playbook, right how you're trying to do it. Down the back straightaway. It is Pittman. Seek and destroy mode coming after Frank.
2 this time. Ride the top side in 3 and 4. You got a new leader. That's Darren Pittman. Here comes Kyle Busch, though, trying to hang on. He's got Daniel Robinson to the inside. Battle for 4th. Busch had it that time. Now Robinson grabs it back.
Robinson started 3rd on this one. He is scrambling to try to get back forward. Busch wants to keep every spot he possibly can. Gets to the low side. Chops off McDermott from getting by him. But guys, this one's Darren Pittman. 4-2-1. Welcome to the front row, DP.
Unofficially 225 points. 2nd to Ryan Timms. Breaks up the KKM party on the front row as of now with 1 qualifier still to go as you look at your unofficial results. Pittman 4-1, Vanderheiden, Guarini, Robinson. Unfortunately, Kyle Busch faded there at the end. Brody Wake from the tail, though, gets up to 5th.
Not how I saw that going. It just no stick on the bottom. Okay. Like just nothing on the bottom. Like I wanted to go low, and I'm just like I'm driving into the corner and driving onto the berm, and it's just shooing me off of it.
Okay.
And I'm not. It's not like I'm going in there fast.
Right.
And then of course, it's not going to come down once you're not on it.
Right.
And like the exit, it just there was no stick and go. So I tried to get back to the top. But I'm not sophisticated enough to do that.
Okay. You had to be up in the shit to get.
You had to be on it.
Yeah.
In it, like against it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
There's a couple times through 3 and 4, your entry was really good. Like you had a couple really good runs through 3 and 4. Like you entered really well and didn't get tight.
Yeah.
Right.
Like nailed it.
I wasn't against it enough where I was being able to carry the momentum.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just sitting there spinning, not against it.
Okay.
Like if you're sitting there spinning, like how do you get back to it? You throttle up
and kind of steer up to it. I mean, you want to get plugged in the right front. You don't want to do that.
Right.
You want to get your ass into it to where you almost got to get rotated before you get into the corner to get your ass in. So you're basically instead of hitting it like this, you're hitting it like this.
Yeah.
So,
is that 7th?
I think so.
I think so. It's going to be close because not a lot of people are moving.
No, it's not going to make it. No. Just lessons on how to do it.
Well, don't forget, this is like your 2nd race. You're learning. What was so different though from the heat to this?
The track conditions.
Yeah, so was your car set up right, or did you just like the track conditions better the first time? And the car was still fine, you just didn't like the track?
Well, like Christopher and Kyle would have been fine at being able to run the curve, being able to run up against the brown. But like I've never done that. I have no idea how to do that. So setting yourself up and being crooked enough and being up against it and throttling through the corner, like I don't know that.
So are you saying there wasn't as much of a curve?
I didn't have any grip to run lower.
But
Like I wanted to run the bottom, but I had no grip to run the bottom.
But there was in the first race?
Like watch where this white car is. See the CRC, the one in second on the top? Like doing that. Like you need to be able to run up there against that brown. Yeah, the first race, the heat race, the track was all tacky. Now it's slick to a curve.
Gotcha.
Like I can drive it when it's tacky and grippy. I can't finesse the slide. Well, I wish I could do what the 11's doing. That's where I want to be.
Well, what you need to do is just park it on the bottom.
I tried.
Did you hit the brakes hard enough?
Yeah.
How do you know?
And I slid off the bottom.
Did you stab them?
Yes.
You can't stab them. Stabbing them makes you loose, and then you're going to slide off the bottom. Either throw it in hard on the top on the cushion, or don't jab the brakes on the bottom.
All right, B feature number 1, top 4 drivers are going to the back of the A main event of the inside row, position 17, 19. 21 and 23, Kyle Busch and Brody Wake make up the front row of this.
Curious to see how Kyle Busch reacts after going backwards in his qualifier. He looked good early, just started to fall back a little bit late. Narrowly missed out on locking in the show, had really good points coming in, was third overall in points before the qualifier, but gonna start here on the front row and have an opportunity to learn about his race car. Big Al's been back there on the wrenches and get himself into his first ever Chili Bowl preliminary A feature event if all things go according to plan. But the lights have gone out. Kyle Busch and Brody Wake, your front row. B feature number 1. Top 4 advance to the inside rows of the final 4 spots in the A main. We're underway.
Wake is a little slow to pick up, and again, trying to get that car turned in turn number 1. We are 1 lap complete. Top 4 after lap 1. Busch, Reinbold, Simon, and LaRose. And it's Wake in the 44 trying to go around the 2 of LaRose for the final transfer. Meanwhile, Reinbold still in the lead away from Kyle Busch out in front of the field.
Yeah, Kyle Busch just had trouble in 3 and 4 wrapping the bottoms, got off the bottom just a little bit, and Reinbold was able to capitalize behind them. But around the outside, how about this move from Caleb Montgomery? Takes over second from Kyle Busch. So move Kyle back to third. He may fall back to 4th here. Here comes Wout Hoffman's around the outside.
This might be one of those deals where Busch needs to know where to have his car right now. Bottom of the racetrack has not been productive for him. See if he swings it up to the high groove and tries something different.
There he goes.
He'll do that in turn 3, but boy, front end does not want to turn. And around goes LaRose, or underneath goes LaRose for the final transfer. Now Busch rallying back around the top, over halfway through this B feature. Gonna have to do better in 3 and 4 though if he wants a chance at it.
Hayden Reinbold's gonna see the checkered flag, walking the dog on this one. Caleb Montgomery gonna try to hold on to second. At the stripe, he will.
And nothing, like it didn't even touch it.
Really?
And so then I was like, okay, go to the top and see if I can just rim it. And I just, as soon as I touched the curb, we're here for fun. We just have to remember that. We're not.
Yeah, no, we gotta get laps.
Last 2 times I hit the track, we've gone backwards, and it's because you touch the gas and you sit there and you spin the tires. Like there's no, it never pulls. It never pulls up. We were fast when it pulls up. When it's got drive and it goes forward, I go forward. When I'm sitting here touching the gas and I'm going the whole time, I'm not going forward. And I can't slow down enough to creep around the bottom to keep the momentum roll, just the roll.
Yeah.
So if you have to stop, then you have to accelerate. If you've got neither of those, you're killed.
All right, you're starting 8th. You need to finish 5th.
5th.
No, remember I told you.
Oh no!
Positivity. You gotta be positive.
Feature number 2 is out on the racetrack, and here's how they're gonna go as the path gets tougher toward an E-main. Zach Blurton and Cale Stelzig, your front row. Jace Park, Johnny Kent, row number 2. Joe Worth, Paul White make up row number 3. Riley Kreisel and Rowdy. Kyle Busch in row number 4. Kyle Busch in his Chili Bowl effort, 7-2 in his heat race, put him 3rd in passing points, but unfortunately went backwards just barely in the qualifier, put him in a B and just couldn't get out of that. And We know the speed is there. Big Al on the wrenches. We'll see if he can make some passes here coming from the 4th row.
Busch has only got to get 3 spots, but they're not going to be an easy 3 to pick up. He has at times looked very, very good, and at times looked like a little more seasoning would have done him a little more good here coming into this. We'll see how it turns out. We know he can race. The question is he got what it takes to get forward 3 spots here in this F.
Night as well, so lots of speed here in F feature number 2. It's underway, and we'll keep an eye on Kyle Busch running that 51 car on the top, but lap number 1 goes to Zach Blurton with Stelzig, Park, Worth, and Kent, your top 5.
Right now, Busch caught around the outside. I don't think that's the lane that he's going to want to be in, as Stelzig nosing ahead at the line. Stelzig and Blurton trying to get away. Worth, Park, Busch makes it into the final transfer spot, got off the top to the bottom of the racetrack.
Really good move to protect from Joe Worth as there was contact there. Garrett Benson trying to run the outside of that EA Stealth 7B.
It's a nice move by Busch to sneak another spot, but right through the middle. Beautiful job, split the difference. The 19K of Kreisel.
I said he looked fast in his prelim night. He's trying to show out here, going to go the long way around, going after 2-time Cup Series champ Kyle Busch here early in this one. That's the battle for the transfer spot.
When's enough? I mean, you can only put so many hands underneath the front end. One of these midgets, you know, how many people is, you know, too much?
Yeah, it's easy to do as we go back green.
Kyle Busch to the outside. How about this?
Security.
Rowdy in front of the Rowdies puts it top shelf going into turns 3 and 4, trying to get around.
Dude, it's fast. Kreisel and Garrett Benson have got laps here. And Gibbs now in trouble as we split screen for you.
Yeah, he jumped the cushion in 1 and 2. Busch trying to battle for the race lead at the front of your field. And there's Ty Gibbs trying to crack the whip once again and get back inside the top 5. But Busch now going to put the absolute pedal to the metal here on the outside of the racetrack, sitting in that 2nd spot.
They commit into that high side here as Busch bobbles, drops a spot.
Yeah,
there's Gibbs.
That caused Kreisel to have to get down in the middle. He's going to go through the slick, and now it's still lane clogged ahead, but the white flag is out.
He got tightened 1 and 2. He's going to need big run down the backstretch.
Joe Worth trying to hang on to the final transfer spot off, but turn number 4, Gibbs can't get there. And his run ends 1 spot short. Caleb Stelzig, your winner. Zach Blurton, Kyle Busch 3rd, Riley Kreisel, and Joe Worth.
Cool. Jeffrey Newell from 14th got up to 7th, too. Goodness gracious.
Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Here with Kyle Busch. Tanner Thorson's telling him he's got it. He ran perfect. Kyle, how good did that feel to go 8th to 3rd, even 2nd at one point before a little bobble cost you a spot?
Yeah, I felt like I finally found a really good rhythm on the top right there, cruising, trying to get the lead, but not trying to overstep and screw up. And then when he slid up in front of me, the leader, it just kind of broke my momentum and messed me up and took me a second to figure it back out. So all good, transfer, that's fine. Now I got to start a little deeper and try to pass some more cars. So it's a lot more fun when you're going forward. You know, the Lucas Oil FloRacing number 51 right here has got speed in it, it's got potential. Driver's definitely holding us back, so send it.
I was just going to ask, you think you got something to get this thing done and put on a show for these fans here in Tulsa?
I told Al, I said, if I can wheelie on a slick track, I'm going to be fast, so let's go.
There you go, guys. Definitely seems like a guy having fun.
Pretty decent. And then he slid up in front of me, and it just cocked me up.
Yeah.
So then I started doing a little bit of a slider line.
Yeah.
It just feels like it takes so long sliding to get there.
Okay. Can you be stuck a little bit more on the right rear, you think?
Nice.
Okay.
Look good.
Yeah, not bad. Just got to get better at it.
tight if you got up against the curb, but I wanted you to be.
Well, so like the last restart there, I was like, let me learn something.
Yeah.
So I went 2 rebound right rear and 1 out left front.
Yeah.
Way too tight.
Really?
Way too
I
tight.
mean, that's
like
literally only 10 pounds of left front.
So I think it's the right rear. Like I go in the corner and I felt way more right rear, and I'm like, ooh, this is nice. And I'm like, gas it. So I gassed it a little bit, and it went straight instead of bending, and then it touched the curb, and then it's over.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So like it was interesting to feel that. So, but fuck, I don't know how you pass on something like that. And with my experience, you know.
You did all you can do.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody
I felt like I was sitting there side by side with those guys for freaking 20 laps.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, everybody in front of you, all those guys are A main event guys. So it's not nothing. I mean, you did awesome.
I felt like that was the best curb job lately.
Yeah.
You know, like today was way better with all of that.
Way better on the top.
Whatever you have and whatever I have.
At Ventura and Bakersfield, you didn't run the top, so this was basically your first time running the top.
True that. Yeah, when I was on the racetrack, there wasn't really a top.
Think of your first Chili Bowl and your dad running.
It was fun, and I think my dad did pretty good.
What could he have done better?
Try to get down, well, I don't really know. The track wasn't too good anywhere, but it was really a top race.
So you're going to teach him how to run the top?
Yeah.
You going to run Chili Bowl one day?
Maybe.
Maybe. Yes. You're running.
My mom's gonna.
I'm waiting to see it. What
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What happened?
Is he running the Chili Bowl one day?
Hell no. Hells yes.
I was waiting for mom to be.
Yeah, I mean, Chili Bowl overall was pretty fun. You know, great time. A lot of people. All week long, a lot of people. So everybody having a really good time, and you know, just good experience. Just getting laps on the track and being a part of it. You know, new car, new realm. Trying to learn everything as quick as I can, 10 laps at a time, so kind of hard to do with that, but Al got the car tuned up today a lot better, so I was real happy with the way the FloRacing Lucas Oil 51 was running there and those features, and just wish we had more time and just wish I could carry a little bit more of that speed, but overall, good performance. Probably after the heat race, you know, a little bit of a letdown with the qualifier, just missing being able to go to a B and being able to, or an A actually, and being able to just be higher. Felt like a C main would be potential, and just kind of missed on that. So maybe there's a little bit of a itch to scratch for next year. So we'll see what happens.